What's up, everybody? Thank you for tuning into the Soca and Bacchanal podcast. It is your girl Babbzy here with my boy WarrenCivic. Warren, big up the
Hey,
people and shout out the people now.
hey, yo, what's up? We here. We was missing for a while, so we're back on the stream. What going on?
Yeah, man. Well, it's been a busy couple of weeks, man. We've been crop over, caravana,
Yeah,
Vincy Mass, all kind of thing.
yeah. You
So,
was out and
right.
about,
Yeah, and I was in some fest in Jamaica too, so it's
right?
just been a couple of cranking weeks that's been happening, but things are getting back to normal now. So I'm actually still in Barbados while we're recording this.
Right. Yeah,
So
yeah. I
people,
see you post some pics with the warlord, bouncy killer.
yes, boy. Let me tell you something. Let me tell you something. You have a bucket list in life, right? My
Yeah,
bucket
yeah,
list done, So my birthday is next week Wednesday, and it's like
yeah.
my life good. I
Yeah, that is
fulfill
good.
all
That is the
the
grumbler.
grand dad.
That is the general. Yeah, yeah,
Yo, and the man see me and give me hug and thing, The man say, Babbzy, Miss, hey,
yeah,
you are the blogger. I say, yeah, talk my name now, people. Talk about me now, cause Mount Killer
yeah,
rate the
yeah,
thing.
yeah,
So I ain't
yeah,
care
yeah,
about
yeah, yeah.
what no hater say, you understand?
Yeah, 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 yeah. That real respect. The respect.
But boy,
Yeah.
we have a lot of drama to talk about. So the
Yeah,
first
this
thing
weekend was
first,
crazy.
I know you got these messages. I got them too. I'm in Barbados, so I wasn't there for Soca Kingdom. I'm getting canceled in
Mhm.
Toronto. So, Soca Kingdom was the event, right? Pretty
Yeah,
much of Caravana, right?
right,
It
right.
involved Marshall, like all the head,
All
I
the
know it's over
headlining acts,
45.
Patrice, everybody. Yeah,
Yes,
yeah,
boy. And
yeah.
it
All
got
the headlining
canceled
acts. Yeah, and it was like
2 minutes.
this. Yeah, crazy. I don't understand what what was the reason when, because they were saying that they were saying that the police, well, actually the mayor revoked the permit. I don't know if you heard
Right.
about that. Revoked the permit because the fete before, on the Friday, went over the stipulated time where they were supposed to
Right.
serve. They had a permit to serve drinks at 2 a.m., right?
Right.
And they went
Right.
over. They went over the time. That was a violation. And also the noise levels was ridiculously loud, and they was
Mm-hmm.
told to turn down the music, so because it has a complex or apartments or residential area next door, and they were getting complaints. So that was one violation from the night before that was just kind of, it went onto the under the carpet. So anybody else who had events prior to that, after that fete was going to be looked at now, so they're gonna come down on them. And I think that's what
Right.
happened with Super Kingdom, you know. But there's a lot of rumors that spreading that, it was, some people saying it's racial um tension, and all kind of things just flying up in the air. So I stood up in the air to find out what was the real reasoning,
Well,
so
I looking at the flyer now, so it's Marshall, Bungie, Fayan,
mm,
Shal, Rupi, Patrice,
mm,
and it looks like I'm gonna have to. I gonna need some help with some of these chutney people here, boy. I don't know their face right off the back. It looked like Ravi B and
well, that would be,
Karma,
yeah, karma, yeah,
Nisha B,
that's his sister, yeah.
Terry Gajraj, Omesh and the Wave
um
Band. It looked like all of them was gonna be at this event too.
Yeah, 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 because they have a strong connection in Toronto. So they
Right,
Rafi
right,
will
right.
always be here, and the Karma band as well.
Yeah, so I mean, and then Big People Fest, which is one of the biggest events, Caravana Weekend as well,
Yeah,
was canceled the next
cancel.
day as well. That's a big, big, big financial loss, yo.
Yeah, that's
You
a
know what I mean?
promoter's nightmare. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Because
Because I was
them
even here.
artists all there already and everybody get fly up and visas and this
Yeah,
and
that's the
whatever they
thing.
had
You,
to
you
do
spend
and
so much of money, and the promoter spend so much money, and then that fete too was a all inclusive, the big people fete, right? So
mm-hmm.
you're gonna have food that is going to be wasted as well, because just in Toronto they're very strict with well, you would know that, Babsy, with permits, issuing permits
Right,
for
right.
food and, and,
Food
and
and
serving food
yeah,
and things
man.
like that. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So all the food, the corn soup and whatever, the jerk chicken, the barbecue chicken, everything you had to throw it away. You understand? Because you couldn't actually even give it away, to
Right,
like
right,
a
right,
shelter or anything like that. You had to throw it, just had to throw it away. So that
right.
was, and you still have to pay these people, you know what I mean?
Yep,
Because you just can't say, well, all right,
yep,
sorry, you know?
yep.
So, yeah, that was a disaster over the weekend. There's two feds canceled back to back. So I don't know if
Yeah.
the fighting West Indians in that area to have any events there, or I don't know,
Well, it's
so,
funny because I know that Vaughan, which is a part of Vaughan, is actually not in Toronto. Vaughan is actually in another region, but it's in the outskirts of Toronto. So literally, I mean,
mm,
they do have a lot of events in Vaughan. Um,
mm,
Caribbean themed events. There's clubs there. Most of the soca fets now have moved out there. So I'm not sure exactly what happened, you know. And we talked about soca brainwash on the last podcast, right? Or previously, how
right,
that went.
mm-hmm,
And the same kind of thing happened to them. Like last minute, they were left scrambling to find a venue. But the difference with soca brainwash is it
mm-hmm,
wasn't on Caravana weekend when pretty much every
mm-hmm,
venue would have been booked out already and gone. So that was what
mm-hmm,
Soca Kingdom faced. Like, where are you
mm,
going to turn and put, like, say, 3,000, 4,000 people in a
mm-hmm.
2 hour window, right? Where
Yeah,
Private
yeah.
Ryan last minute was able to move his event onto, a place that's not
But what
really
they was,
designed for
but
feds either.
I also saw that the permit that was issued for that fet Babbzy was they were supposed to have a capacity of 2,500 people, but they
Hmm.
sold 12,000 tickets, right? Um, and people were showing up in large numbers to the Soca Kingdom Fete, right? Also people,
Hmm.
a lot of people flew in for that fete now. So
Right.
that was also a violation too, because it started with the fete which was on the Friday, which Rejuvemate, that's the name of the fete, and
Hmm.
they were warned there in that fete. Now that's where the first warning came, where it comes to the noise levels, and also that fete. They said that fete had a lot of violence. After the fete, it had a lot of
Hmm.
car break-ins and drunk driving and stuff like that. Now. So that
Hmm.
it was close to some condos and some apartments, so people were complaining about that. Now. So
Hmm.
I think it
Hmm.
was just a situation of wrong location. I know the promoters probably just trying to do something different when it comes to Caribana weekend, and
Hmm. Hmm.
I just think it probably was a wrong choice of venue. But I don't know.
Yeah.
We'll try to see how it goes, because I know definitely they're not going to go back there next year.
Well, I'll tell you something. The venue situation in Toronto is very bad. And
Mhm.
there's nobody really to blame but us. And I know a lot of people are going to be upset about me being honest about this because they like to go with this
Yeah,
racially profiling type of a storyline
yeah,
because it's an easy sell.
yeah,
But the truth is, these people
yeah,
just mash up people venue, break hole in the people
yeah,
wall, break down people
mm,
decorative like lights in the side and whatever. So Soca Fets
yeah,
is really hard for Soca Fets to kind of have a place to live because when you do go there,
yeah,
like you say, violence happen, drunk driving happen. These are the things that
yeah,
are stereotyped to be associated with Soca Fets, and then when they do
right,
happen in Toronto, these are the outcomes. And I'm seeing even in New York too, is like Can Boulay, they gotta cancel this, they
mm,
gotta cancel that because the people
mm,
just can't deal with the aftermath that comes
mm,
along with a lot of these kinds of
yeah,
events, right? And even in
yeah, yeah, yeah,
Toronto, it's even worse for like if you have some events, like if you have a Grenadian artist on it, if you have Talapri on it, you ain't gonna get no venue because
mm.
Grenadians are known to mash up everything. So when
Master
they
place, yeah,
see,
yeah, yeah,
yeah, so it's like, like, like when you hear Lava Man saying stuff like, my behavior on the mash up place, I would just tear it
yeah,
down. Like
yeah, tear it down, yeah.
people are like, he ain't gonna
Like
tear
mad
down
people
my
think,
venue. You know what I
and
mean?
then
Like, and
and
they promote
Grenadians,
that.
they literally do what
Mhm.
they are told to do it. You know what I mean? So
Yeah,
you tell a man tear down the
listen,
fence or whatever, he go in and do
you
that.
ain't see
You know?
you ain't see videos with last year and the Grenadian Fest and they pull up the people trees, pull up the people
Yeah.
plants. Like
Yeah,
like
yeah, yeah, yeah.
when they ain't gonna let you in your venue when they see you doing that kind of stuff. So that's really the
Yeah,
problem.
yeah, yeah.
But I found it
Yeah, yeah,
interesting
yeah.
that I saw an article in the Guardian about Soca brainwashing how successful it was and this and that for DJ Private
Mm.
Ryan. And I'm concerned when I see articles like that because it was like,
Yeah,
who did they
yeah,
speak to? Like, that's not the general
yeah,
consensus of the event. And,
yeah,
nothing against Private Ryan because I'm sure he did not write this article, but
yeah,
it's
yeah.
not good when these things happen and you go back and you say, oh, this was a success and this was well and this was
Yeah,
great
because remember that
when
will
it
sell
wasn't.
that will yeah, that will sell the event for the next year. So when people see that PR, that good PR or the good marketing or whatever, for the people who nonetheless doesn't know better, who wasn't actually there, they would think, all right,
Yeah.
this is an event that I wouldn't have any problems buying a ticket or I wouldn't have any problems going, you
Right.
know. But for those
Right.
who attended, they would know what they went through. You know what I mean?
Exactly. So
Um,
be honest, the
in that
bar
event,
sold out of rum. It was all inclusive.
right?
Like don't leave those things out because that's
Yeah,
why our
misleading facts.
standard
Yeah,
is low. Yeah, man. Don't and that's
yeah,
my issue all around with everything. It's not about being a hater.
hmm
It's just like be honest. You know what I mean? People were upset
yeah,
about the event. So when I see, this article in the newspaper and it's like, yeah, they exceeded
yeah,
expectations and that. I'm like, nah, don't do that. You know what I mean?
yeah,
Don't do
yeah, yeah,
that.
yeah, yeah.
But let's
Well,
talk
that
about
is correct.
Trinidad Carnival
Mm-hmm.
coming up because,
Uh,
one of the big conversations is Marshall leaving Fantasy and going over to Tribe. What do you
yeah.
think about
Well,
this move?
Marshall actually initially started off with Tribe, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then he went across to, remember, he was sponsored. There's a band called Island People.
Mm-hmm.
Back in the day, Island People had B Mobile as a sponsor, and B Mobile was Marshall's sponsor as well at a point in time. So
Right.
he was contracted to perform with any band associated with B Mobile, and at the point in time that was Island People, right? So he rallied with Island People until I think the end of their existence. Then he got contracted with Fantasy. I think he rallied with Fantasy for about 2 years, or probably
Mm-hmm.
three. I'm not sure. And then now he made the announcement at the band launch that he's going to be with Tribe for next year. So
Mm-hmm.
that's a big step for Tribe because remember Tribe have at least 6 bands under their umbrella, right? So you never know if any of the bands bunks up together, he will just be floating around through all the different bands, which will be sorry, not Fantasy, Lost Tribe, Bliss Tribe, Pure. So we could expect anything from Marshall next year. So yeah,
Right.
so we gotta look out and see what's going on. But
Yeah.
that's a big deal though. That's a
Yeah,
big
well,
deal.
it looks like Trinidad Carnival is like the Bacchanal start real early this year. Like
Real
most
early,
times
yeah, 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 yeah,
you start to hear the Bacchanal starting, but again, Tribe was in the news again for something very, very positive recently because they have a
hmm
plus size model. And and I'll be
yeah,
honest with you, right? And I'm just talking from the heart here, I can't lie. I've
yeah,
always kind of felt discouraged about Trinidad Carnival and even playing mass because I don't see a lot of black women representing in costumes and
yeah,
different body types, right? I'm always seeing this
yeah,
mixed breed looking Trinidadian person, which does make up a
yeah,
demographic of Trinidad, this light skinned, curly
yeah,
haired, part Indian, part
yeah,
Chinese, Dogla black. Like, do you know what I mean? It's always been
yeah,
like
yeah.
I never see a lot of women that look like me, who's like royal black, Uganda
Right.
black.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
yeah.
Who have an afro and
Wakanda.
like Uganda black. You know what I mean? That's what
Right.
Sudan black. You know what I mean? I
Yeah,
always see
yeah.
this mixed race, curly haired,
Curly hair.
individual, and
Yeah.
it's kind of like, oh, so this is beauty in Trinidad. You know, in Trinidad,
Yeah.
you're
Yeah.
beautiful if you know, are
Light skin
mixed
or your brown skin.
race. And
Yeah.
right. So
Yeah.
whenever I would see the band launches, I would see this reflected in band launches. So to see,
Yeah.
Tribe really go out with a plus size woman. And I mean, when I see the
Yeah.
costumes and everything, I was like, boy, is that I want to wear. You know what I mean? Like I was like, wow, and
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
like
Yeah. Yeah.
I don't want to say fatty boom boom, but she looked real good. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? I was like, damn.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
So I was
Yeah.
like, that's
Yeah.
very good of Tribe to kind of at least try to show, like, you know,
Well, I
inclusivity,
mean,
because
for years, Tribe had a stigma attached to the band, stating well, everybody had a perception, well, mostly females had a perception that, I wouldn't be able to play in Tribe because I don't have the number one body, or the number two, or
right,
I don't
right,
have that slim body that they expect to show on the road now. Even, and
right,
they had the perception that the photographers might even want to take out pictures of you because you're not
right.
the number one or the number two in size, right?
Mhm, mhm,
So there's a,
mhm.
a, a stigma attached to the band stating that you have to be a model type to play with the band, right?
Right,
And you have to
right,
be a
right,
certain complexion, and it's only white people and it's red skinned people, fair skinned people playing
right.
with Tribe. But no, and it's ironic that Tribe changed that perception with the plus
Mhm,
size model, which is actually one of my friends, Sonia Polinaise, Sonja. And I spoke
yeah,
to
yeah.
Sonja the Friday before the band launch. And
Mhm,
when I went to the rehearsal, I just sat in the rehearsal, and she was modeling for the band Lost Tribe. And she
mhm.
was telling me, she said, Warren, I'm modeling. So I was like, you serious? She said, yeah. And she was saying, I'm so nervous. I said, nah. I said, don't be nervous. I said, you'll be all right. And when she came outside, um, on the Saturday night, and she walked out on the
Mhm.
stage, people just started to roar. It was hearing the roar, the screams and the roar from the back of the crowd. And from the time she walked out on the stage and came to the front, it was total chaos. You know what I mean? All the
Right, right,
cameramen,
right.
it was something to be there to witness. Just speaking about it, I just haven't chill because it
Wow,
was a
wow,
good
wow.
moment to see that Tribe change that perception, and they brought forward a plus size model, and to show actually this is what is the reality of mass. You know what I mean? This is
Mhm,
the
mhm,
sizes that they will actually get on their own. So people wouldn't feel left out or segregated or anything like that. So
mhm,
it's a good
mhm.
look. You know what I mean? And I hope that the other
Right.
bands actually cater for plus size people. Because not
Mhm,
everybody is the number one. Caribbean women are fluffy, you know what I mean? They're rounded. So,
mhm.
that perception of that kind of model, kind of type, that kind of runway, that is just illusion, So I'm glad they changed that. So we'll see how it go, you know. But
Right,
big up to
right,
try for
right.
that.
Well, more Bacchanal in the place. So
Hmm.
Olatunji, let me tell you something.
Yo,
Ola, oh Lord. So
yeah, yeah.
let me get the article, and I'm gonna read a snippet of it. It says Soca lovers
Hmm.
hoping to catch Olatunji Yearwood at the Tabernacle in West London were disappointed with his no-show on Friday, the 3rd of August. Olatunji made a big impression on London Calypso tent audience at the old blah 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 back in 2003. Blah, 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 blah. Let me get to the drama part, right? No shows by overseas artists are not unknown at fets and carnival events, and usually stem from contractual or visa difficulties. On this occasion, however, the problems were closer to home. Olatunji was over in the UK for an exciting and challenging project. If the reports are accurate, this potentially offers him a chance to take soca to a whole new level. But apparently, when he arrived, he was in no condition to go on the stage. It looked like he had an altercation with men on the street, and he was beaten very badly. So it looked like
Hmm.
he get mashed up and he ain't get buyback. So you
Mm-hmm.
mash up and not buy back. What do you have on this story? What did you get? Because I know
I mean,
you got your ears to the ground. You know what I mean?
well, yeah, I got a call from London from a popular DJ who's actually um one of Ola's friends from back in the day. And so
Mm-hmm.
actually, when Ola fly across to London, they will hang out together, and they're connected well. They're connected well. The team, obviously, if you have a team, any soca artist that have a team will try to protect the artist. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
And you will try to do as much PR as possible in the interest of the artist and in protection of the artist in terms of the rumors spreading or whatever it is like that.
Right.
I personally have questions, unanswered questions. All right, if they say that he's in good spirits and he's because this is the story that they're selling,
Mm-hmm.
prior to the story that is outside already, right? That
Mm-hmm.
article that you just read. They're saying that Ola is in good spirits. It's just rumor that people spreading to demoralize the artist and, to, damage the artist's career. All right,
Mm-hmm.
okay, fine. Why it is that he still didn't perform at the event? If it is that
Right.
your artist is in good spirits, and this is also a calypso event or something like that, he was supposed to do a show, right? You turn
Right.
up at
Right.
the
Right.
event, and what they were saying that you wasn't in a condition to perform. So what condition were you in? If it is that you couldn't perform, what was the problem? You
Right.
understand? So all these questions still unanswered. They never really put out a statement stating why he didn't perform. They just say he didn't
Mm-hmm.
perform and he's in good spirits. All right.
Right.
So what kind of PR? I don't understand the PR there.
Right.
So
And
that's my
that's why
unanswered
I'm more
question.
inclined to believe he did get beat up, because if he didn't get beat up or something didn't happen to him, they would have come out and been like, Olatunji is here, and he would have come out and been like, no, people, I didn't get beat up. I good. Everything
Yeah.
all right. And no worries, fans, and
Yeah.
whatever. But it's like, he hasn't even posted on Instagram or anything for about 2 weeks,
Yeah. You just
so
see
it's
your
like,
statement that he's saying that he laughing at the comments and the statements that people making, and
hmm
because it was on the radio today that he really did get he was in an altercation.
hmm
It was allegedly people were calling in and saying that, that he was in an altercation and he got beat up, by some guys on the street. So we never heard a official statement stating exactly why he didn't perform or anything like
hmm
that from his team or either him. So we still
right,
up in the
right.
air as to know the real facts of what happened on Friday night. And they said that he jumped. Well, his flight was actually carded for the day after, so he
hmm
immediately went
hmm
back to Trinidad after the whatever it has happened, or whatever fight, whatever it is like that. And I personally believe something went wrong. You understand? Because if the promoters
Yeah.
up there, there's a event. London people are very serious about events. It's not like no fly
hmm
by night promoter. So the wind just
Right, right,
and
right.
Ola is a big artist. The wind just stop anybody just so from performing. So
hmm
if you're carded to perform, so it have a lot of unanswered questions, and probably we'll get the facts of it when he decides to talk. So we wait and see.
Olatunji, I hope you're all right, brother. You know what I mean? Listen, I teach in
Yeah,
self
because this
defense. I teach in self defense classes from October, because it looked like someone wanna need to know how to break up people. 'Cause I get jumped by four
yeah
people, and I break up all them. Well, I break up three because one of them ran. You know what I mean? Like, you need to know how to break up people. So Olatunji, bring
yeah
some of that big money you have over there, and we can do some kung fu lessons and things. Let me teach you how to break up people, cause you can't go in people country and
yeah
get beat up. You understand? Speaking about
yeah
people
yeah
country,
mhm,
Guyana's having a crop over this year from
yeah
October to November.
yeah.
So I think there's kind of some
I
uproar about it
but
because of the
yes, I
name.
see the uproar as well too. Yeah, because some people were saying that why they have to pattern Barbados, why they just can't have their own thing and name it their own thing. Why it is because crop over is really Barbados, something that start from Barbados. So why we Guyanese had to pattern the same style of partying or fetting or whatever it is like that, and even the same name um from Barbados. So it was people were kind of up in the air about it, and some people were welcoming it, um, they were saying that it's something new and let's try it out and see what will happen. And I don't know. So
Well, here
I don't
what?
know how.
Guyana coordinators of Crop Over. WarrenCivic and
Yes.
we fly in. So if you want we to come down and support Wanna, we can come and
Why
support
not?
Wanna because I have no problem with y'all calling it Crop Over. Furthermore, come and make Babbzy and Warren the ambassadors for the thing. And let we fly down there and show Wanna how to crank it out. You
Yeah, let's
understand
do
what
a
I'm
live.
saying?
Let's do a live stream. Bring it to the people, and yeah, we there.
Yeah.
Hey,
We did.
send the
So
thing,
if you
set up the
hear,
thing.
if you hear it, link we ready, we walking. You understand? So
Yeah.
there was some uproar this past
Mhm.
couple of weeks because Major Hype released his song based off of meme take off your
Mhm.
clothes, put it on back.
Check
Remember?
off the
So you know
clothes.
he
Yeah.
did this skit, right?
Yeah.
Where he
Mhm.
put that song he made this song up and he was just being a comedian and then all of a sudden they actually made it into a real song. Actually, that's the song we should
Yeah.
exit with today. I'm gonna put that song
Yeah.
at
Yeah.
the
We could do
end.
that.
Major
Yeah.
Hype, take off your
Yeah.
clothes and put it on back, right?
Yeah.
So
Well, the thing
people
about it
are
is,
go on.
go ahead.
We'll go. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think people like Major Hype regardless of what he do. So, I think that when I heard the song, I was like, "Yo, this brother, he is no stopping with this brother. I don't know what to expect again from him, you know." So,
Mm-hmm.
but I actually like the song. I heard the song, and I was from the time it's comical at the same time because you know it's Major Hype, you know.
Right.
So, I think they didn't really went in on him. They were just some people were just saying that, all right, um he's not no artist. 'Cause I saw some comments under the was reading some of the comments under YouTube, and they're saying that
Right.
he's not no vocalist and they take anything for granted, and that's why the music can reach nowhere, and because it's a comedy and joke with soca music. But I mean, people just overthinking this stuff.
Right.
Soca music, calypso music actually start if you go back to some of the calypso music, there was humor in calypso, right? There's also double meanings as well. So I don't see why people so surprised or there's nothing to be surprised or upset about. This has been going on since the inception of calypso and soca, right?
Well,
So
I know
I
what
welcome it.
happened is a lot of guys who write their songs and write their music and they're really, really trying really, really hard and it's like they're getting 2 and 3 views
Yeah,
on their song, right? You know, Major Hype come now
yeah,
and he do a meme type of a song and then it's like boom, blow up, this, that. So I think that's what a
yeah,
lot of people are
yeah.
upset about. But you can't be mad at Major Hype because
No,
he's
you already
working.
have a
Like, you know what I
following.
mean?
Yeah,
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 so it's
yeah,
like
yeah, yeah,
it's
yes.
not his fault, right? And you know,
It's not his fault, no.
if a producer's gonna put out a song and then it's gonna
Yeah,
get views and they're gonna make money from it, they're gonna do it. You know
yeah.
what I mean?
Why
They're
not?
going to
Yeah,
do it.
exactly.
So,
That's just like
you
Uncle
know,
Ellis in Trinidad as here as well, Babsy.
mhm.
When Uncle Ellis entered Instagram, he already had like 11,000 plus followers, and that's like in days time he had followers like that. He was because
Right.
it was a gimmick, right? And people
Mhm.
like gimmicks. In soca music, it could sell, you know. So why not have a gimmick in soca music? And I mean, it's just light humor. It's nothing to be overthink or
Yeah.
anything like that.
And it's
But
not
though,
like and I mean, man, we've always had comedians in soca because you have Crazy in
yeah,
Trinidad, you had Mad in
yeah,
Barbados. You know what I mean? Like there have always
yeah,
been comedians in soca, and
yeah.
then like even
Huh.
vagrant soca is actually something. So Uncle Ellis is
Yeah,
a considered a vagrant, right? My
yeah, yeah,
Ray Tay.
yeah,
He was a vagrant.
yeah,
You know,
yeah.
they had in Barbados they had Pong and Canton. They're considered
Right,
vagrants. Like so my car, break down
right.
cheese on, Palagon and like those songs are
Yeah,
vagrant songs. You know what I'm saying? So it's like a person
yeah,
off the street coming in the studio and
yeah.
making a song and it blows up. Like Gully
And it
Bop
blows
is a
up. Yeah,
vagrant. You know what I'm saying? So
yeah, yeah, yeah,
there
yeah,
is a genre of vagrant
yeah.
music and that's basically what it is, right? So there was always a section for comedy and humor in
Yeah,
music,
humor
which
was
was
always
great.
part humor.
Yeah.
Yeah, humor was
Hmm.
always part of soca music and calypso music. So it's nothing new.
Yeah.
So what
Yeah.
Major Hype
Yeah.
did is nothing that is strange to the music.
Right,
So,
right, right.
and
But
he already have a following, so why not try it?
exactly, and I mean, as I said, we don't have an influx of stupid music this year. You know what I mean? Like when I say stupid, like comedy
No,
type thing.
no,
So it's like it's a
yeah,
balance.
yeah,
It's
yeah,
not
yeah,
like all
yeah,
this year was just all comedy
yeah,
music for people to be
comedy,
upset.
yeah, yeah.
So for
No
me,
man,
I just felt like literally it was funny to me. I felt like to see them go and actually make it into a song, I was laughing because I couldn't believe
yeah, yeah,
that
yeah,
they actually did make
yeah,
it into a song, and
yeah, yeah.
it's impressive
And
to
I mean,
see it go from
and
that.
all of this is marketing for him as well because I think he have a show coming up September 1st or somewhere around there.
Mhm,
So,
mhm, mhm.
major hype. So I mean, all of you can look at these things and marketing tools selling your brand too. So anything different that
Right,
he tries to get himself into is you could look at it as marketing, and why not? You know what I mean? He's a
right,
brand,
right.
and he's a brand very popular amongst West Indians. So come on,
Mhm.
we had to support each other. So and have
It's
different
true.
types of talent that we have to support. So
It's true.
so
It's
big up
true.
to him.
Yeah, I thought it was funny. So, big up
Yeah,
yourself,
yeah,
Major Hype. You know what I mean? If you want to do the
yeah,
remix, I hear because I will
yeah,
do a little remix with you. You understand?
yeah, yeah,
So, Barbados is Soca Monarch. We had Lil Rick winning the Groovy and Mikey
yeah,
winning the Power Soca. And Antigua, we had Ezzy Ratigan winning Groovy and Tien Winter winning the Jumpy. So,
yeah.
yeah, some
Little
competitions
Rick
have been
again.
going on. Yeah, Lil Rick
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
again.
yeah,
Lil Rick won Road
yeah,
March. Lil Rick won 4 Day Morning, which was Juve's Road March. He won
yeah,
all three top songs were him. So
yeah,
he
yeah.
he he, he
That is the
did
big man in
yeah,
Barbados right now. Yeah, and I know
yeah,
that
he
song
had a
when I come
really
back to. We spoke about that song, Mother Son,
mhm,
and
mhm,
I know that would have been from the time I hear that song, I say, yo, this song is a problem. This song gonna be a problem. So you had to
right.
look out for. And Lil Rick, he's a performer. People
Yep.
love him. So, I mean, kudos to him and well done and all the best. You know.
Mhm.
So we'll
Mhm.
see how it will go for the rest of the season. And well, Cup Over is done, but I mean for the rest of the carnivals are coming up. So
Yeah,
big up
this
to him.
week is I know it's the Spice Mass, but we won't get too deep into that because we don't want no problems with nobody, right? So, we had some new videos released. Naya
Yeah,
Blackman and Taurus Riley, Dangerous Boy. What did you think about that video?
yeah. It was that video came out a while now, eh? Dangerous Boy. She also did a video with her summer hit birthday with Ding
Mm-hmm.
Dong from Jamaica. Yeah, so Nyla actually really working, she's doing so good. The video that you just asked me about Dangerous Boy, it was shot a little while ago, and it had some scenes from in movie town here in Trinidad. It was kind of like she actually had a storyline which we was talking about.
Yeah.
It might have been a little far fetched for some, but if you were follow it, but I think it patterned the song. It was a little different,
Mm-hmm.
but it still
Mm-hmm.
patterned the song that the lyrics of the song that she was trying to portray in the video. So
Mm-hmm.
I think it was okay. It's an okay video. I'm not so soul overwhelmed over the video. It wasn't that, but I think it just worked with what she was trying to sing, trying to say in the lyrics.
Yeah. And
What's
and
your
what
take?
about Nessa Preppy, Major? No, I liked
Yeah, Nessa
well,
Prep.
Nessa Preppy's video was good too. Yeah, I liked the Naya
Yeah,
Blackman and Taurus Riley video. I really like Taurus Riley part, and actually Taurus Riley
yeah. That was
is
I like that. I like that one more than the the other one that I was just talking about just now. Dangerous Boy.
hmm hmm
Yeah, I think short concepts is actually out. It's very different. You have to be. And remember, she's a kind of eclectic kind of artist, so you're not going to expect the usual from Nyla Blackman.
hmm
So it's going to be a little bit out of the
hmm
box, but you have to have that understanding to understand that this is art and this is music. So big up to Nyla, man. Respect.
Right, and big up
Yeah,
to
but
Nessa Preppy too. Both those
yeah,
videos, yeah, very very
Nessa have
high
a
quality videos.
Yeah, Nessa has a really good team supporting her because her music, the sound of her music, the songs and the actually sound of the music has changed over the years. You know,
Right.
she making the music a little more curb appeal and international appeal.
Mm-hmm.
It's just not stifle and not song and stifle and just not limited to
Right.
Trinidad. She making more music
Right.
that has that international appeal now. So, and her
Mm-hmm.
look as
Mm-hmm.
well, she maintaining because we always talk about fashion in soca and the
Right.
appearance. Um, so she have a look that people gravitating to. She easy to look at, she easy on the eyes. Not because she fair skin or anything like that, but she dresses well,
Mm-hmm.
and
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
she doing a lot of work in terms of her brand. And I give Nessa all applause because she came from a long so respect to Nessa,
Yeah.
man. That's one of my good friends.
Big up
So
Nesta. So the
yeah.
topic this week, let's talk about soca collabs and soca collaborations, like especially with
Mhm.
artists from other genres of music. You know, how do you feel about collabs? Like for me, I'm kind of on the fence with some of them lately. I feel
Mhm.
like some
Mhm.
collabs haven't been thought out properly, and it's like
Yeah.
they don't actually make sense. Like I love
Mhm.
Patrice Roberts and Lyrical together. I felt like that
Mhm.
was like the collab
Chemistry.
of the year. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Mhm. Yeah.
Monster Weiner with Kerwin and Rick, even though they've never really performed the song together, for
Mhm.
whatever reason, the two of them together sounded amazing. I don't know why. It just
Mhm.
came together very, very well. And then there's some other collabs that I'm just like, who gave the go ahead on that? This does not work good. Like,
It
why
doesn't
would you
mesh.
have done a
Yeah.
collab like that? Yeah.
Yeah.
And
I
I know
mean
that a lot of
collabs.
people are trying to get in soca too. So yeah, what do you think of what about like this whole collab influx?
Yeah. Collabs. It has to be chemistry, and you have to
Right.
understand each other voice have to complement, and one person have to complement the other. Right? So it
Mhm.
can't be
Mhm.
two voices that just song whack on the song itself because people are not
Mhm.
going to gravitate to it and people will pick up on it. You know? Collabs very important. You have to understand the style of music that each artist does. Right? So for instance, like Ding Dong and Nyla Blackman. Right? That
Mhm.
was a different collab, but it worked well because each
Mhm.
voice
Mhm.
complemented each other, right?
Right.
She had the pitchy kind of high voice, which we know is known for Nyla, and
Mhm.
Ding Dong voice is more monotone. His style is real creative in terms of his lyrics, and it's the song itself, the rhythm was good, so it
Mhm.
actually
Mhm.
complement each other and it meshed well, and they actually worked well vocally, so collabs, you just can't rush and do a collab with any artist and just say, all right, I want to do a collab with Skinny. You have to understand Skinny style of music. All right, you
Right.
have to understand his vocals, right? Because he could sing sweet, but he's more of a rough kind of aggressive kind of
Right. Right. Right.
vocalist,
Right.
right? So if you come in to do a collab with him, your voice have to be sweet. You understand? So
Exactly. Exactly.
it will balance off the song in terms of the vocals. So and a lot of people just rush to do collabs with each other and it just don't mesh, and it just be a disaster when you hear the song. So
Yeah. Like when I heard
that's my take on
Lockdown,
it.
lyrical and Kerwin, I was like, the energies
Hmm.
of both these artists are different in the song. The song wasn't horrible
Yeah,
or bad. It was just like,
yeah,
Kerwin kind of started off mellow and then lyrical comes in and he's like, oh gosh, we locked down now. And it's like, the beat changed,
yeah.
the
It didn't.
vibe changed.
Yeah,
Yeah. So to me, it was just
yeah,
like, were these two
yeah,
songs supposed to like were these two songs that got meshed
yeah,
together? Like it just didn't seem like they
yeah,
were in the same place, right? And there's a
yeah,
lot of
yeah,
collabs
yeah.
that I hear. And I mean the song was still good. Like it wasn't a bad song. I'm not dissing the
But
song.
you see,
It's just
sometimes too, what happens to Babsy? Some of these artists that do collabs, then it's best. I think to get the best out of the song, both artists have to be in the studio. You know what I mean?
right.
To actually
Mhm.
vibe off of each other's chemistry because a man will just sing a song and say, I wanna do a collab with say Cohen or I wanna do a collab with Skinny, and he sing his
Mm-hmm.
part and he send the rhythm for Skinny, and wherever Skinny is, he puts on his piece on the copy and paste, right?
Mm-hmm.
And
Mm-hmm.
when you hear the song, it sometimes it just doesn't it just don't mesh. You know what I mean?
Right.
And because remember sometimes you will if you're in studio together, you will want to say, well, all right, sing this way, so I could sing it this way. So
Mm-hmm.
sometimes you miss that when the songs are just put together. You understand?
Mm-hmm.
So
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
I mean that is where you have
Yeah.
to when you're doing a collab, you have to be very critical about that part of the music. So
Right. And then
yeah,
I'm noticing a lot of crossover type of collabs where you're seeing like, Nyla with Shensia, and these kinds of
yeah,
things. And it's literally like, I don't know if part of me is like, I wonder if dancehall is realizing how big soca's gonna be. So they're kind of just jumping in, early
yeah,
because they want a part of it because, this battle's been going on for years, dancehall versus soca. I don't know why, but I'm seeing
yeah,
a lot more crossing over. Even like Spice Indicator, Bungie Gardens on the remix. Um,
yeah,
Hey Gal, Benya back. And then Bungie Gardens on the
yeah,
remix. It's kind of like a lot of
yeah.
these. A lot of these songs seem to be like gravitating towards soca remixes on dancehall,
Mhm,
and like
mhm.
I just would like to see more collabs with dancehall people coming over if they're gonna do soca as opposed to soca
Yeah.
artists doing dancehall
I think
collabs.
I
You know what
think
I
you
mean?
probably may get that next year for Jamaica Carnival with a lot of
Mm-hmm.
dancehall artists doing soca because
Mm-hmm.
there was
Mm-hmm.
actually after Jamaica Carnival one of the producers was telling me that that the a producer of course they approached him and he told him that they want to have their own music um
Mm-hmm.
for Jamaica Carnival now. Meaning that
Mm-hmm.
they want to have incorporate a lot of dancehall artists to sing soca
Mm-hmm.
rather than
Mm-hmm.
and they welcome also the artists from Trinidad doing soca for new soca for Jamaica Carnival now, rather than just supplying them with what was in Trinidad Carnival just spilling
Right.
over to Jamaica Carnival, right? So
Right.
we
Right.
could look
Right.
out for a lot of new music for Jamaica Carnival, especially, right? From
Yeah.
dancehall artists and also artists from Trinidad as well.
Well, I wanted to talk
So
to
we'll see
the
how it goes.
Joe Bogdanovich because he's actually who does Sumfest, right? And I'm actually
Yeah.
in that network to an extent. I don't want to toot my own horn,
Hmm.
but I kind of know them.
Yeah, yeah,
And I think Jamaica should have a soca monarch. I think Jamaica should have a road
mhm,
march and a soca monarch to go with their
yeah.
carnival. But those are things that we're gonna
Carnival,
be
yeah.
able to see coming down the line. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Can't jump the gun too quickly. But you know
yeah,
what,
yeah, yeah.
Warren? I just want to say big ups to you because we're in the Spotify podcast library now.
Yeah, yeah.
And
Poop, poop.
this is a very big accomplishment for us. We gotta go and buy a cake
Yes,
and cut
yeah.
and put candles and thing on it and cut it up and thing because this is podcast 4 and we are already making, you know what I
On
mean? We're already
Spotify,
making
yeah.
it in Spotify playlists and thing, boy. So
Yeah,
it's only up to
yeah,
go from here, man. And I think that
yeah,
this is gonna be the podcast to revolutionize soca. And I don't wanna
yeah, yeah,
talk too early,
yeah.
but I really feel like it's gonna only get
And I
bigger
mean, well,
from
I mean,
here
it will
because
only get better because I know you're coming to Trinidad as well. So, they can look out
right,
for a lot of big things from you, us as well. The Bacchanal source, in Trinidad here for 2019 Gospel Life. Yeah, gonna be big. So, this is something that you need to listen to. Because we're gonna bring you all the reviews, all the happenings, everything, all the buzz, whatever is happening in Trinidad, you're gonna get it from Babbzy
right,
and Warren
we're
Civic.
gonna be
So
there.
you're
Plus, we
going to
gotta do
have to
some
listen to
events,
this.
man. Maybe we should have a meet and greet. Maybe we should do a few things, but we'll
Yeah, yeah,
talk about
yeah,
it. It's still a couple
yeah. They
months
have
off, but
a
I
lot of
think
plans though.
we have
Yeah,
some things that we need to get into. So give the people your social media handles so they can know how to find you and send you music and
sure.
stuff like that.
Yeah, you can find me on Instagram Warren Civic and Facebook Warren Civic Mackenzie and also on Twitter Warren Civic. So you can hit me up anyway.
Sweet. And I am strictly Babbzy on all my outlets except for Facebook. My name there is Babbzy at large. As we said, we're gonna play the major hype track going out right now. So we will be back on schedule next week, folks. We apologize for having the irregular pattern for the past couple of weeks, but it's just that busy kind of period. So we will be back next week with all the news, gossip, and everything else going on in Soca. So see you guys later.
Later, it's blessing.
Lord mercy! I've been trying to figure out what I know when it's girl in white. I can't figure it out. Here she, take off your clothes, put it on back. Take off your clothes, then put it on back. Take off your clothes, put it on back. Alright then, alright then. I'ma say take off your clothes, put it on back. Take off your clothes, then put it on back. Take off your clothes, put it on back. Alright then, alright then. Girl, you look good and you smell so nice. Every time I look, I got to look twice. The way you ride that thing like a bicycle, you just make me freeze like an icicle. But I can't understand why you tease me. Every time I want you please me, you just walk up your waist and make up your face and make this thing look easy. You just get every man excited, and you know I jealous, I don't like it. I thought me and the DJ was friend, but here he ballin' about ride it. No ride it, no ride it, no ride it, ride it, ride it. When you two away alone, you just act so stush. Put my hand on your leg, my hand just get pushed. You telling me don't touch, tell me just watch. Take off the clothes and put it on back. Take off your clothes, put it on back. Take off your clothes, then put it on back. Take off your clothes, put it on back. Alright then, alright then. Let me say take off your clothes, put it on back. Take off your clothes, then put it on back. Put it on back, put it on back. Put it on, put it on, put it on back.
Give me room, let me take off my shirt. Now wine till your boots fall out of that skirt. Girl, you real fit, you just do labor work. When you bend up like a con girl, back it up. Let me fix you with my boxer parts. Barefoot and bareback in a boxer shirt. She said, hold on, I want me, you come to burn. Rick tells your body where she start. Yo, I ain't jumped up everything. I then decide to take off my shirt with shoes and my Levi's. Grab back and jump like Ringery Vice. And let me make the thing like a feline. Be a jump chucks, make she be lane. Where they can't decline. I end up in the hospital ward. C9, jump the bump, but me back, reclaim. Tell your boyfriend, don't call this the time.
Take off your clothes, put it on back. Take off your clothes, then put it on back. Take off your clothes, put it on back. Alright then, alright then. I'ma say take off your clothes, put it on back. Take off your clothes, then put it on back. Take off your clothes, put it on back. Alright then, alright then. Girl, you look good and you smell so nice. Every time I look, I got to look twice. The way you ride that thing like a bicycle, you just make me freeze like an icicle. But I can't understand why you tease me. Every time I want you please me, you just walk up your waist and make up your face and make this thing look easy. You just get every man excited, and you know I jealous, I don't like it. I thought me and the DJ was friend, but here he ballin' about ride it. No ride it, no ride it, no ride it, ride it, ride it. When you two away alone, you just act so stush. Put my hand on your leg, my hand just get pushed. You telling me don't touch, tell me just watch. Take off the clothes and put it on back. Take off your clothes, put it on back. Take off your clothes, then put it on back. Take off your clothes, put it on back. Alright then, alright then. Let me say